Good afternoon, Namibia, and welcome to your daily lunchtime show where we get to catch up on current events and headlines that are in the news. My name is Priska Agnolo, and thank you so much for joining us. Let us have a look at the incoming news this morning. Following its successful appeal to the Namibia Sports Commission Appeal Committee to be registered as a national sport body, the Namibia Premier League has vowed to create job opportunities for more than 650 people. NPL Chief Executive Officer Harold Fuller said the league will create more employment and provide job security for players, coaches, and administrators that will be regulated through legal contracts. Moving on to our COVID-19 monitor for today. COVID-19 data for Namibia continues to show positive signs in all aspects of the pandemic. Although the country has passed the threshold of 120,000 positive cases, the average of new cases per day over the 7 days up to Tuesday decreased another 33%, from 499 to 332. To put matters in perspective, Namibia recorded more than 68 new cases since the 15th of May, compared to about 10,000 during the first wave and 20,000 cases during the second wave of the pandemic. Only 4 districts show daily averages of 20 or more. 8 districts fell in this category in last Friday's report by NMH at 1. Daily averages since then dropped below 20 at Enana, Rundu, Otjiwarongo, and Lüderitz. Windhoek's average dropped from 60 to 35, and by Tuesday, Walvis Bay were recording an average of 24 cases per day compared to 32 during the previous 7-day cycle. The average in the Oshakati district decreased from 69 to 43, and at Katima Mulilo, 25 cases are being reported daily, down from 34 a week before. Only 4 of Namibia's 35 health districts reported increases in new cases over the period under review. These districts are Tsandi, Ngela, Tsumeb, and Omaruru. The single highest total for a district was the 146 new positive results reported for Oshakati on Sunday. By Tuesday, Rehoboth, a town that was hit hard during the third wave as an epicenter of transmission, only reported an average of 3 new cases per day. Moving on to video news clips from around the country. And for our first story, Meadco scooped the award as Exporter of the Year to the U.S. during the Namibia Manufacturers Association Virtual Awards held yesterday afternoon.
The envelope is hot, really hot. In the category of exports to the U.S., the winner is Meadco! Congratulations! Realmente es
Maseke. I'm the Executive for Compliance and Marketing at Meat Corporation of Namibia, and the journey of Meatco into the US market. Our reputation for good quality beef has preceded us, and there was a lot of interest that was coming in. There were inquiries around the world. We were already exporting to the EU. So the Directorate of Veterinary Services, in conjunction with Meatco, at that stage, most of the products that we had to get into the US was on a special clearance status where it would be tested at the port.
For our second video, Karen Trooper, manager of the Oude Rustoord Retirement Home, talks about their memory tree and the past 10 weeks.
Hi, I'm Karen Trooper, the General Manager at Oude Rust in Schanzenoord. We had a small informal ceremony at Oude Rustoord to introduce our memory tree, and no, it's not a weeping willow. We have been hit by a wave of deaths during the past 10 weeks. While some can be directly attributed to the novel virus, many of our loved ones, friends and family passed away due to age or other illnesses. At Oude Rustoord, we had to say goodbye to 25 residents, at Schanzenoord to 12 residents, while also losing 3 of our colleagues. There was no chance to mourn, to find closure, to honour and to celebrate their lives. However, as it is important, we decided to pay tribute by displaying the names of the deceased with their photos on our memory tree. This gives everybody a chance to not only say farewell in their personal way, but also to remember good and cheerful times. Although we are dumbstruck and sad, we indeed are blessed to have been spared for 15 months, not recording one COVID-positive case amongst our elderly. Also, many of our residents and staff members have survived the virus and are back with full energy. Thank you to everybody who supported and carried us through these dark times.
Onto the front pages of the Namibian newspapers. Namibian Sun reports that the Office of the Prosecutor General secured provisional restraint orders valued at 600 million Namibian dollars last year, suspected to have been proceeds of corruption, fraud and money laundering, the governor of the Bank of Namibia announced. The Republican reports that the runaway veld fire at Dordebus has already destroyed thousands of hectares of pasture on at least 12 farms and burnt wildlife like springboks to death. The Algemeine Zeitung reports that since the day before yesterday, Namibian truck drivers have been protesting on Namibia's border with South Africa against the new COVID-19 regulations that now states a negative COVID-19 test result when entering Namibia may only be 72 hours old instead of 7 days. The Namibian reports that 13 healthcare workers have died of COVID-19 in Namibia by the 2nd of August and that 4,400 were infected with the virus. In the new era, it is reported that Meatco has expressed discontent with the way the Meat Board of Namibia articulated its concerns with its well-being, saying the regulator is sowing doubts among the corporation's local and international stakeholders. And on the inside of our country's newspapers, you'll be able to read up on the following. According to the Market Watch, the economy was initially projected to grow at 2.2% and 2.5% in 2021 and 2022, owing to a recovery in global demand, increased commodity prices, and a stable health environment due to vaccination. On page 3 of the Namibian Sun, it is reported that Namibia Wildlife Resorts has effected changes within its operations, which include reassigning resort managers and introducing an in-house maintenance team. The Republican reported that Public Enterprises Minister Leon Schuster said that the government does not use MTC's initial public offering as an opportunity to place shares of this highly coveted entity in the hands of wealthy individuals with political ties, but as a way to broaden its ownership. The Allgemeine Zeitung reports that together with 70 national and international organizations, the Women's Leadership Center is calling for a temporary moratorium, according to which all oil and gas exploration projects in the Kavango regions would be temporarily suspended. The Namibian reports that over 1,000 employees were retrenched at 190 companies during the first 6 months of this year. In the New Era, it is reported that the Financial Intelligence Center of the Bank of Namibia reported that during the 2020/2021 financial year, it received 1,585 suspicious transaction reports and 177 questionable activities.
Tell me, baby, do you like the way I move? Come on, get your dance on. We can have as much fun as you can possibly get. We can dance on that. Come on, baby, let's get this game on. Let me see it. Let's get this game on. Oh yeah, get it started.
And now for our daily and exciting Olympic news segment. Namibian Olympian marathon swimmer Philip Seidler shares more on his Tokyo experiences. Do take a look.
Hi everyone, my name is Philip Seidler. I'm 23 years old and Olympic marathon swimmer. So my preparations in Tokyo went really great. The first day I just did admin work, and then from the second day onwards I was training in the pool twice a day with my mom. So we did morning about like 5 kilometers, longer distance sets. And then in the afternoon we did more speed work, but also around about 5 kilometers, which made a total of 10 kilometers per day. And also I got programs from Yanis Redegatti, who's my dolphin swimming coach. He sends always the programs through to me, and then my mom coaches me on those programs. The last 2 days before my race, we trained in the morning, so the bus left from the village to the training venue at 5:30. So because there's a half an hour drive from the village to the racing venue, which is the Marina Park, or the open water venue, and I trained then at 6 in the morning, which was my racing time, just to get my body used to this early morning and the heat that's like already there at 6 a.m. and also the water temperature at that time. So we did that for the last 2 days, and it actually worked out perfectly because yesterday I had such a brilliant race. I knew my tactics were going into the race: start very slow, be one of the last swimmers, because the most important thing was, with the heat that we have here, like 29.5 degrees water temperature, outside temperature super hot, about like 30 degrees, we just did the tactics by saying, okay, start almost last, like second last or so, and just build after 5Ks into the race with your speed and pace. So the first 5Ks I saved as much energy as I could and tried to like just conserve energy, because when I was at the World Cup in Seychelles, which is a professional open water series, it's also the same, or it was the same conditions there as well. So I knew if I start off fast, then I won't finish the race, or I'll become like last because I won't have energy to have a strong finish. And then literally it was a 7-round laps.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and joining. We wish you nothing but a safe and pleasant weekend ahead, and goodbye.